Good blessed morning to everyone. Welcome once again to Raymond Ivy's YouTube channel. Today is April the 19th, 2016, the time being 8:15 a.m. Central Time or Charleston, Missouri time. You're focusing on two things. This little thing here, this to show you how small my 9 going on 10-year-old was back in 2008 when that same black sergeant, Percy Owens, came in my house May the 19th, a little bit after midnight in 2008, and took them out of the house and gave them to their drug-addicted mother. Took her down to the Susanna Family Wesley Learning Center. I suppose it went to court on June the 3rd, 2008, but no judge or nobody showed up but me and my lawyer. My lawyer had me to file a divorce. They allowed my daughters and their mother to get to Chicago. My daughters was 1 and 2 years old, going on 2 and 3 years old. I found them 70 days later in Chicago on June the 28th of July the 28th of 2008. I drove my daughters back to Chicago, one of them in my lap because her arm kept on hurting and we didn't know what's wrong with her. On July the 29th, the very next day, I took her to that pediatrician, who's the head pediatrician for the area where I take my daughters. He seen something was wrong with my daughter's arm, but they couldn't tell. He sent me to a specialist in St. Louis, Missouri, at the Children's Hospital. Both of these places documented what happened to my daughter. Once they took them x-rays, they told me my daughter had a hair fracture on her elbow that had been there for a minimum of 2 weeks. If they took them out of my house May the 19th, a little bit after midnight, and they was gone for 70 days, that means it happened with the custody of the people that took them out of my house, the people who assisted her at Susanna Wesley, and the people who helped her get to Chicago. This is us after she got through going to the hospital and she got the cast on her arm. But I want you all to listen to this court case when we had filed for my divorce. And this divorce case, I believe is August the 5th of 2008. This is to all these black people in Charleston, Missouri that said I shouldn't have my children because I'm a rapist. This same judge that's finna hear in this case that award me, listen to it real carefully. He gave me custody of the children and the mother visitation rights every other weekend up under Raymond Ivy's supervision up at Raymond Ivy's house. Not the police department because they assisted in what happened to her. Not Susanna Wesley Family Learning Center. They assisted what happened to her. Not DCF in the state of Missouri because they assisted what happened to her. Listen to this case very clearly.
Real estate you want? You own a vehicle.
I got a car in the van that she took to Chicago. She abandoned it, and I had to pay to get it back up here.
Are you asking the court that you be awarded that vehicle in this divorce?
Yes, both of them.
Now, is there any other significant property that the two of you own besides that vehicle?
No, sir. The only thing is
you have
baby's
bank account.
insurance. I got my baby's insurance, life insurance. I wanted to get her name off, and they said I had to
You can do that outside of court.
Oh.
The only other thing you have is a bank account, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And you're asking that you be awarded that bank account.
Yes, sir.
Judge, that is all the questions I have at this time.
Okay, very well. The court finds that the petitioner has been arrested in Missouri for 90 days preceding the commencement of the proceedings. 30 days have elapsed since filing of the petition. There remains no reasonable likelihood the marriage can be preserved. Therefore, the marriage is irretrievably broken. The following minor children were born in the marriage: Queen Ivy and Bertie Ivy. Respondent is not now pregnant. Neither party is a member of the armed services. The court orders and decrees the dissolution of the marriage. Petitioners granted legal, physical, and custody of the minor children. No child support is ordered at this time. The respondent is granted visitation and an alternate weekend to be supervised by Mr. Ivy in his home. Each party will receive the personal property in his or her possession. Mr. Ivy will receive the 2 automobiles. What about her maiden name?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Does she want that back?
Judge, yes,